Hey guys, it's John from Cartridge Gamers here with a random
bonus episode.
Yeah. Today I am joined with
Jonah,
Carmine,
and special guest
Jorge.
So today, guys, we're going to be talking about the SNES Classic and also the NES Classic.
The Snoo Classic.
The Snoo Classic.
The Snoo Classic.
And why would we be talking about those guys?
Because there's been some news.
There has been some news, actually. So SNES Classic will be coming out soon, September 29th, 2017. And apparently, they're actually going to be making a whole bunch of them.
I will believe it when I see it.
Exactly.
They said, ordered one.
Yeah, they said they're going throughout 2018. Like, they'll keep going through the year.
So, unlike what they first originally announced with the SNES Classic, that it was only going to be another seasonal thing.
2017.
So they're going to go into 2018 with these, and they're going to up the production of these. So hopefully...
Significantly.
Yes, you'll be able to find
that word, significantly.
It comes back into play.
Meaning 2 more per store.
Exactly 2 more. You heard it here.
That's it.
It remains to be seen whether scalpers have a nightmare happening.
That's true. Now, with the pre-order fiasco, it was already, or I should say, this news is coming from Reggie. I forget his last name.
Fizame.
Yes, I didn't want to say his name wrong, but anyway, he was saying that
right, he won't.
All the pre-orders were not their fault. Obviously, that makes sense because you have Amazon and Walmart, Best Buy. Best Buy originally, actually from the get-go, you could only order one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ordered more, they already took it out. Amazon, when they first brought it out, unfortunately, they didn't have a gap at first, so you had people buying
72.
I think it was
somebody got 99.
Yeah, 99. And I'm sure that's not even a lot to compare to other people. But there wasn't really a cap on it. And then however, later down the road, I should say, they took a step back and said, okay, if you ordered more than one,
they cut it
it's
out.
Getting canceled.
Yeah.
So we're only going to ship you one.
Gotcha.
And if there happens to be any left, I don't know if this is true, but if it happens to be any left over, maybe that's when they'll start shipping the others to you. But I think that was fantastic. However, that makes sense. You know, Nintendo can't, it's not up to them unless they enforce, hey, you have to restrict it to 1 per customer.
Yeah.
Like, dead serious. But then, you know, how do you do that at Amazon? So it's nice to see that, I guess, they went back and did that. And Nintendo coming out and also saying that not only are they going to up the SNES Classic, they're going to bring back the NES Classic next summer.
Is it summer?
They said summer.
2018.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that's anywhere from June to the beginning of September.
No, you say that. I'm actually interested to see if that changed the situation on eBay.
I'm assuming so.
So the reason that this is such a big deal is because for Nintendo, they were basically missing out on the secondary market.
Oh, yes.
That's where all the money was flooding into.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that the reason that they're putting this out is because they realize the secondary market is absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking here, was that $200?
Yep.
I mean, they were going for $300 recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's probably... I just threw a pen at you.
Cool.
This is why you lose your pen privilege.
I know.
You throw pens at our guests now. So, but this is interesting because, you know, they're finally realizing that, oh, hey...
We can sell these.
We can get money off these things, you know? These tweets of people yelling at us, they turned out to be true after months and months of research.
Years of criticism.
They all sat in a room with a whiteboard and they're like, wait a minute. If these people are buying it for this price and selling it over here for that price, and lots of people are angry that they can't get one, maybe that means people want them.
That was the exact train of thought.
It was.
Yep.
So, but also another thing that Reggie said was, he said, don't go to third-party scalpers, basically. You know, like eBay. You know, don't pay overmarked price because you're going to pay too much for it.
That's so nice of him when he doesn't have anything to give out to actually sell at retail price.
Yeah.
Swell guy.
Well, now, maybe at the end of September, we'll
Maybe.
find out. Like, if you, after, I would say about a month, if you can walk in around Christmas time in the heat of fourth quarter and just go into a store and see a whole pyramid of these things, I'll believe them. But if you go in...
I don't think you're going to see that regardless. A whole pyramid? Not going to happen.
You never know.
Doubt it. They'll increase it a little bit, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This isn't Santa Nintendo, all right? Be like, we're going to create and throw out all these systems so you can buy them up. They're still going to restrict the systems, both for the Super NES and the NES Classics, because they want to be the hottest toy out there for fourth quarter holiday.
Now,
They're not going to make it so you can... They're going to watch very carefully and see how these things sell and then react to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
No, sure, you're absolutely right. I was just trying to...
Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. What's Nintendo done for you lately? Good
They
talk.
have not paid any of my bills as promised.
I don't think they promised that.
Nintendo
wait,
sponsors us.
That was a dream.
That was a dream also.
Anyway, Jorge, I would love to hear what you have to say about the whole fiasco of the classics. Nintendo doing their nonsense with the supply and demand. I would love to get your opinion of Nintendo and their classics. You want to stretch? Need a water?
He's about to go.
Oh, and I'm getting into my...
Go crazy.
What the front door? So that's a nice way of putting it. Because me and Carmine, we ordered on Walmart online the day that it was available, or the midnight that it was available.
Funny story. I think I told this.
Now,
Did I
this
tell
is the SNES Classic?
Sorry, yeah, no, this is SNES Classic. We were doing something in Destiny, and I just disappeared. And that was very mean of me, and I would like to start my 3-part apology to Jorge. But continue on with your...
Again, being nice. There's
with
2 fingers.
I
Don't
just
make me go to
disappeared.
1.
Like literally, it was just like, my headset, whoosh, on the phone.
What
Didn't even
were
say
we
anything.
doing?
We were doing something.
I think it was a raid.
It wasn't a raid. No, I definitely didn't flake out on a raid.
I think you did.
It might have been a nightfall.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Oh,
the case.
PvP. It was PvP. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It wasn't even Iron Banner. It wasn't a Trials. It's a forgivable offense in the island of Jorge.
It's questionable.
Says you.
And the Dice Breakers code.
It's questionable.
Okay.
5 thunder blows to the back of the head. Anyway. So, yeah. I actually got one just because he mentioned after he came back from his little escapade. I was like, okay, I'll go to Walmart. Cool, I can buy one. I bought one. Didn't think twice about it. Next day, I was like, nope, that's going to get sent back. So everything that he ordered and everything I ordered,
I
gone.
have 3. Gone.
3, gone.
And that was the night I slept through every text that they sent.
I think everybody slept. And it's just like, I don't understand why they decided to put it in the middle of the night when there's nobody there.
It was a
Best
mistake.
Buy was worse. Like 5 a.m.
Oh, God. Just it's like, possibly waking up. Oh, my God!
Yeah, right?
Who needs coffee?
Yeah. Just, random SNES Classic pre-orders
So
go live.
So where did you get yours from? The one that you have now?
I have a source.
Oh, you have a source?
A source.
Is it the same source that I have?
A possible source that
Wait.
we have.
Is the source still a source, or because
No,
of recent events?
Possibly not a source anymore.
Okay.
But
he might have a source.
Right.
So the source might have a
the
source.
source...
Confused.
We're getting the system is what we're trying to say. Things are happening. We're going to get it.
As long as the source still has a source,
Source?
I guess, within the source.
Mr. Source, we're looking at you.
Is the source Zer? What's going on?
No,
Yes, sir. You have to pay the Super Nintendo with strange coins.
It's very low key. Don't worry.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get. We seem to have a somewhat easier time pre-ordering them now. They're not as many people are being turned away, so that's a promising thing. But as you guys have already mentioned, like I'm really kind of hesitant to say, oh, we're absolutely gonna get our Super Nintendos.
Yeah. Until it's in front of me and I'm like, oh, hey, it came.
Hands.
I'm looking at it. Then I will be sure.
You poke it.
By the way, I'm so happy that this system is coming with 2 controllers.
Yes.
That is nice.
Yeah, because actually,
Advantage.
talking about the NES Classic, that controller, the second controller, the original one that they sent out with the box is also very hard to find at
The
a
controller
reasonable
itself.
price. Yeah.
Are they? Did they mention that in the re-release that they're going to have more?
As for what I
Unless
read,
they're
I have
gonna
no
want.
idea. I mean, they might be because there's a lot. Well, from what I understand, there's a lot of...
it depends if they want to charge more for it.
Well, there's a lot of third-party controllers that people made for that system.
Okay.
And apparently they're really good. So them going out of stock really fast didn't help them at all. So it'll help them to be able to sell probably cheaper ones.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at the games from the original Nintendo. There weren't that many games that I can think of. Double Dragon, possibly. Dr. Mario.
For co-op, you're talking about?
Right.
Or 2-player?
I mean, because Kirby's Adventure is single player. Mario Brothers, I mean, you could play 2 players, but you just take it out, put it in.
Yeah.
But I would say Contra. Like, right there, you have to play with a second person. I mean, you don't have to, but
you can
it's so much fun with a second person.
I never beat Contra F that game.
You gotta put in the Konami code.
Now, I can beat Ninja Turtles beginning to end, and I'm talking about the original Ninja Turtles.
The first one?
Without any
that
codes.
Everyone hates?
I can beat that without any codes. I can get through the dam area. I'm talking about the actual
It's all about Donatello's staff.
Right. But, yeah.
Contra. Whole nother ball game.
Contra
and that's Super C that they put on that one, so that one's harder.
Yes.
Yes, actually, going back to the NES Classic, talking about the games, because right now they're saying that it's gonna release. They're bringing it back. Let's just put it that way. Now they said details to follow. Now they didn't really say if they're bringing back the original NES Classic. Or maybe perhaps they're going to put out like a volume 2 or something like that.
Yeah, and I kind of half expect it, to be honest. I half expected not to have all the same games, and I kind of half expect it for them to continue flip-flopping between the Super NES and the NES for holidays to come.
Yeah, because we mentioned what if they came out with an N64 Classic, but from what I understand, that's probably going to be like...
I don't think it's going to work.
That's going to be a rights... nightmare,
because Rare has a lot of the titles from 64.
Rare's huge in Nintendo 64.
Yeah,
they did a lot.
So that's probably a nightmare on their end. And I mean, there's the catalog for the NES Classic. I mean, there's so many games that they could include. Like, I would like to see a Ninja Turtle game on it. At
Turtles
least.
in Time. That's the only one.
Oh God!
Well, Super Nintendo. We're talking about.
That's fine. Turtles in Time.
That's a super rights nightmare right there.
Because Konami.
We have Konami. Then you have Ubisoft, and now you have Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right. You forget how many times, like,
that's nasty.
Someone took a piece of that.
It's a lot of lawyers.
Because they originally re-released the original Ninja Turtles game on the Wii store, and they charged an extra $1 because of the issue between Konami and Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
The licensing of it all.
Yeah, the licensing. And then... when they put out Turtles in Time Reshelled.
Which was terrible.
Garbage game.
That was the worst thing you could ever possibly do.
They went by the arcade game instead of the Super Nintendo game, which was far superior.
But they screwed it up so bad.
Yes.
All they had to do was...
They changed the music. How do you change the music, man?
You monsters!
Writers, man.
Licensing. That's how you change the music.
I don't care.
Jonah, go back in time and fix it.
Jonah, go fix it.
I can't do that.
You will.
I can't do it.
Jonah, the foot has spoken. I put it down.
I can't see. I have no eyes.
My toes. My toes. Let's kick show.
But yeah.
Fantastic game.
There's a lot of licensing issues that are going to come into play, obviously, because of who was producing the game now versus then. But Ninja Turtles, I mean, the number 2, 3... and then Turtles in Time, which is part 4, like that's a very big game for Super Nintendo. I think it's an omission from the SNES Classic, along with
really is.
Le Trigger, the Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
So I'm hoping to see further installations down the line that kind of remedy this situation. Super Nintendo is my favorite system of all time.
I agree.
It's a great
100%.
system, and I actually missed out on a lot of the Super Nintendo.
See, Super Nintendo, I played more. That was the
It
most
wasn't
I
my
played.
fault. He's
having a stroke.
See,
Heart attack.
my gaming experience was, I had a Nintendo, but I never really had a Nintendo.
All right, I'm getting that.
Because
Thanks for coming.
My dad got my brother and I a Nintendo, but because I guess we couldn't play nice, he took it away and gave it to a neighbor somewhere. But then, flash forward a couple years, or maybe a year, we got it back, but I think we got a different one with a whole bunch of games with it. And we had that for another year. But then again...
What the hell did you guys do?
Well, I don't want to throw my
other.
brother under the bus, but...
He threw you under the bus.
I mean, he's not here right now, so you could do all
He literally
the throwing
threw
you
him
want.
under a bus, is what he's trying to say.
Yes. So
And that's why he's not here tonight.
my parents didn't like that, so they took it away.
He took away Cartridge Blast from him.
So, anyway, actually, it stinks because my brother and I actually spent a lot of money on my neighbor's games that we bought, and then my dad took everything and gave it to somebody.
Oh.
So, without asking, he just did it because he's the dad, and that's what happens.
That hurt my
So,
soul.
I didn't have another system till PlayStation. But my friends had Sega, and my one friend
Your
had
poor
had Super Nintendo. But it was always one of those things where it's like Sega versus Nintendo.
Yep.
Oh, look, I can have blood on Mortal Kombat on Sega,
No, I
Yep.
don't care.
but I can't do that.
Nintendo all the way, baby.
So, my cousin had Super
Block up,
Nintendo,
Scorpion Fatality.
so I always played that. And then we played Aladdin and all the good stuff on there.
Don't look at me. Block up. Toasty.
Or up, high punch on Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep, there you go. Back B will set you free.
You two should play fighting games. I would love to see that rivalry start.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It's happening.
Oh, that's true.
Happening. It's happening.
So, but
Can't wait.
But anyway, I mean, going back to this, do you think that the SNES Classic, well, like you said, Carmen, you don't think so, but Jonah, do you have any hopes for the SNES Classic to be in store this time around? Or do you feel that
in
it's...
store, not for very long, but it'll be in store.
I mean...
What they've said so far is... It has me hopeful. Like, I feel like they wouldn't say all this stuff and say it so strongly if they don't believe that at least it'll be a little better than last
they
time.
lied to us last year, so why not this year?
I mean, last year they did state it was going to be like a seasonal thing. So we knew, we just thought that it was a dumb decision.
We didn't agree with it.
I have a theory. So my theory is because Nintendo knew that they had nothing in store for last year's holiday. This was a last minute thing that they put together.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't expect that it was going to be this huge. So now that they have more time, to create the inventory for Super Nintendo Classic. They now have Switch production kind of going at a steady rate. So they have those two things working for them, whereas back then they were crunching up, making sure that they had enough supply for Switch. They didn't. And they had to put something out for the holiday, so they rushed together the NES Classic. So that's what caused, number one, the supply issue, and number two, now that issue should be resolved now that they had all year to plan for this.
Yeah, I think the biggest enemy here is not going to be Nintendo, and I don't know if it ever technically was.
You're going to attack the retailers right now, aren't you?
I'm going to attack the retailers.
Very true.
Because I've ran into situations where employees were hiding in
Check
the
out
back.
the blog. He's not going to tell you the story.
Yeah, check out the blog. I'm not going
like
to
3 times,
repeat
right?
this. Yeah, but also, you know, it's there's no limit to one per customer,
Right.
really. And
At the store level now.
At the store level, it depends on
Who you know.
and
how friendly you are with them.
Yeah, because you
Maybe
can
there's
show
a
up,
source
have a line of
That has a
people,
source.
and then they give out
That's in a source.
tags or whatever. Like, oh, hey, I want 10. Oh, well, we're
High
only
source.
giving
High
out
source.
8 tags today. So, and then you have a line of 50 people that are like, all right, guess I'm going home. So, who knows that one person's going to walk in and be like, I want 300 of these.
Not going to happen.
If they have the cachet,
Not going to happen.
the store's not going to turn around and be
Not
like,
300.
oh, well,
Never going to
okay.
happen.
Wouldn't
No
surprise me if the first few weeks they put a limit, one per
well,
customer.
I hope they do.
There.
I think it's going to be, I don't know if well, actually, I guess it could be Nintendo. But like, listen, we're only gonna we're gonna ship these at a certain amount of time, and we would like it for you to have one per customer to make it fair. That way, it eases up on our production schedule, and then it's fair to everyone else. Although one person's gonna walk in and out with different mustache and different hat, and buy 300 of them still.
It's nice to want things.
Mario mustache.
Yeah, comes in as a different character each time. But
Comes in as Tanuki Mario, then Hammer Brothers Mario,
Hammer Brothers.
then Frog Mario, and he's jumping in.
If he's Tanuki, he just
Comes
sits
like-
there, stands still. Oh, he comes in a
Sauce,
giant boot.
Comes as a giant.
Karibo shoe. Oh no.
Just,
Oh, that'd be great.
just start stomping on
I really, hope,
employees.
I really hope there's a video of that somewhere.
It'd be great.
When that
I'm sure
happens.
someone's gonna make it.
Maybe, John, maybe you should make it.
I'm gonna.
Do it up.
Right now. after this.
Get them subs.
Get them subs. So yeah, I mean that's unfortunately, like I said, it's gonna be because with the NES Classic, I did hear stories of people just randomly walking into a store
And finding it.
and finding it.
Yep.
That's what happened to me.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, boop.
Yeah. For me, I was always because I never knew it was gonna have an end date. Like I always, and you hear these stories of people walking and get it. So I always just pictured, oh hey, I'll just walk into a store and be able to get one. I didn't stay up till 3 a.m. in line trying to get these things because I didn't know the situation yet. I don't think a lot of people knew the situation yet. We just expected to walk into the store and just be like, oh hey, awesome, sweet, I'm gonna play this all night and forever. Instead, it was just like, hey.
And now it sits on the shelf, not being played.
A trophy.
It's because I'm waiting for one to get played.
I got one to play.
Did you open it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing with it.
Do you have
See?
2 of them?
See, look.
Do you have one as
You
a...
see,
I did have a third one, and I gave it out as a gift.
Well, there
So
you
there's
go.
I hope
3.
that person appreciates it.
My dad has it. My brother has one. I have one. And I gave one out to a date. We'll go. Anyway.
Anyway,
Lucky.
Moving on.
but just a kind of side note to kind of wrap this up. It's interesting because I was watching the news earlier today, and the news story for the SNES and NES Classic was one of the sub stories going on.
Oh,
For the
really?
news told New Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, there you
So
go.
it's like it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that's gonna break headlines is this dang system.
Mm-hmm.
It's just shocking to me how popular this is and how big of a thing it is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've heard stories, like I said, from people finding out, like, you have a source.
Source of a source.
They had a source
That
where
might be a source.
they knew where the warehouse was that they were shipping out of, so they would be
High
able
source.
to buy bulk.
It's like an inside joke going on over there.
We're so sorry. For people watching,
Jonah, do you
we
want to
know
be my
people.
source?
I'll be your source.
We know people, and we just like our people.
Yep.
No
Like
problem,
you a
bro.
lot.
I got a source.
Anyway,
I'm
sorry.
gonna get one, right?
Yeah, you got
All
it.
right.
Take us out of here, John.
All right, guys. What do you think of this craziness that they're gonna bring back to NES Classic? I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Do you think it's gonna be the same version, or is it gonna be like a different version, version 2? And will it come with another controller? And if they don't, will they release the controller again?
Stay tuned.
And how do you feel about the SNES Classic news? Do you feel optimistic, or are you like, Reggie, pull your head out of you know where? Because that's not going to happen.
Them Reggie cheeks.
Me personally, I feel like
Reggie.
because they're saying they're gonna have more too, I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna go crazy anymore.
Liar.
I'm done.
Are you going to get one?
If I happen to come across it, I will get one. I'm not gonna go crazy.
He
anymore.
lies. Come September 29th, 12 o'clock a.m., I would look out because he's going to be swinging.
Liar.
He will knock over grannies and children. There is no age limit to his rampage. Anyway, guys, I'm John for Cartridge Blast Gamers.
I'm Jonah.
Then I'm into assault and battery. I'm
Okay.
Carmine. I'm Carmine.
And we have our special guest,
Jorge.
Jorge. Thanks again for stopping by. And guys, let us know what you think down in the comments down below.
And let us know what you think of Jorge. He's really curious. He needs a nice little boost every now
Trust me, I'm not curious.
and then.
Anyway, guys, stay awesome. We'll see you next time. Peace.